Hi, I'm Jeff Lutz, and I'm the social media program leader at the National Weather Service office in Gaylord, Michigan. And I'm going to go through a little presentation here on how to report weather using social media, and specifically Facebook and Twitter. So we'll start off with Facebook. If you're on Facebook, you need to go to our Facebook page, and that's found at U.S. National Weather Service, Gaylord, Michigan. And if you haven't already liked our page, just type it into the search box at the top of the page, and it'll get you there. And then if you want to submit a report, then you just post something on our timeline using the status messages. We even take photos and videos if you have those as well. One of the things to remember, though, when you are putting a report in, we like you to use the TEL method, and that stands for time, event, and location. And to go more into that, there's another presentation that's called Some Weather Just Went Through, Now What Do I Do? That'll explain that a little bit more in depth. However, this will show you this example so that if you know what's going on here with it. In this case, we had someone report snowfall near Atlanta, and they put the time in there. So that's between 2200 and 0700. So basically, it ended at 7 o'clock in the morning. The location was 3 miles east of Atlanta. And then also in the wintertime, we need you to tell us what the length of the time that it snowed. So in this case, 9 hours. And of course, the event then in and of itself is 1.5 inches of new snowfall. And if you can, also put the snow depth with the actual snow on the ground is around the area. And then we'll take a look at that. And once we get a chance to go through the reports, then we'll acknowledge it as we go through and get all these into our system. Okay, now for severe thunderstorms, it's a little bit different. It's not all this different from what we've got here, except for the fact that it's just going to be time, event, and location. So basically, you put in the time, so say about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the event being like 1 inch hail or damaging, wind damage, trees down, roof taken off, something like that. And then the location, in this case, 3 miles east of Atlanta, like this spotter has put on there, or 9 miles southwest of Gaylord, which is where the office is located, Boyne Falls, those types of things. That's pretty easy for us to do, and that's pretty much what we need on Facebook. Now, Twitter is a little bit more, I wouldn't say complicated. You have 140 characters, so and you can put a lot of information in there in a pretty small amount of space. But for Twitter, you need to know, at least at this point, that if you're watching this presentation, we don't have a Twitter account for the office yet. We are going to get them. Our national headquarters has started to roll them out, so we'll be getting them here probably in the next couple of months, in which case then I'll change this particular presentation so that we can tell you where to go and post things directly to us. But at this point, we do monitor Twitter. There is a way for us to do it. We do have a website that does it for us, and then can send that information to our workstations to let us know when there has been a report submitted on Twitter. But for us to be notified that you have submitted a report, we need you to put it in a particular format. It's a lot like the TEL format. It is the TEL format. It's just that there's a particular way to put your location in, as well as then a hashtag that you need to add onto it. And those of you who tweet know what hashtags are. So, but we'll go through this here. Okay, like I said before, we still need it in a TEL format: time, event, and location. The time and event can be written out. Don't forget the length of time for winter events. So, if you've gotten snow and it's, added up to about 5 inches, you need to put in that the length of time was like 12 hours or something like that. So we taking care of the first two letters, time and event. Okay, now for the location. And this is where the complications are a little bit. Now, if you tweet from your smartphone, which I do a fair amount, but I also tweet from home using my computer. you need to, at least with your smartphone, you can let your phone do the location for you, and you can just attach the location using the GPS. A lot of the apps out there will do that. If you're doing it from home, your computer doesn't necessarily know where you're at. So when it sends the location, you're going to probably need to put it in one of these formats. Or if your smartphone, if you have that disabled, we still need to know where you're submitting this report from. So put it in this format. You need to put a WW and then the place you're at and then another WW. So in this case, we've got Anytown, Michigan. So you see the WW surrounding it. We have a zip code. That's Gaylord's zip code. Or you can actually put a distance and a direction from that town. So in this case, we have 5 miles south of Anytown. And you can put that in there. And then it will place it on our map that we have, that we can actually take a look at that. And we'll take a look at that in a minute. And then remember to put in there, the last thing is to put the hashtag WX report in there. And then that alerts the system to this particular web page that we use to filter that out and grab the weather reports. Okay, so this is what it looks like. And if you have put like the word snow, or if you look down here, some of the other things, tornado or hurricane or flood or thunder and lightning or heat or hot or something like that, these little icons will come up. Now, if it doesn't recognize any of those, it'll give you the little cloud with a question mark. As you can see, some of those have appeared here over the last couple of years. That there's we've been going through and looking through the Twitter reports. Now, looking at this first report that's on the page, you can see someone has put WW Albion, Michigan, WW, and obviously Albion's way down to the south here. So this isn't one that shows up on the map, but it is one of the more recent ones. And then they've got a time, event, and location. That if the event occurred at the time that they're tweeting, then the visibility of moderate snow and how long it's been happening and things like that, that's all in that report. So if you put the time, the event, and then you put the location in like that, or like I said, if your phone does it automatically, the app that you're using does it from the GPS, then that'll all get in there and it'll get placed on this map. And then our system at our office then will search through those reports and then look for the ones that are in our forecast area so that we can get those in. And of course, then if we do it this way, though, we won't be able to acknowledge that we've seen it, but we will take a look at it. And hopefully in the future, when we have our own accounts, then we will have you, just send it to us directly, which will probably save some time. Okay, if you have any other questions, please post them on our Facebook page. And thanks for listening in.